Hello and welcome to a couple of instigators. I have a lot of instigators today. We got to go one by one because there's so many. I've got Jen, Margret, and Teresa. And Teresa's...
Hello!
Yes. Teresa's ready to give us the update on her racing.
Yes. So I did complete the race in 7 hours and 7 minutes.
7 hours.
And I only almost died twice.
7 hours.
What happened?
Well, so it was an ocean swim, and it was surfy and it was wavy, and I caught a cramp with 100 yards left. I was walking up the beach, and I caught a cramp, and I went down. I went down fast.
Wait, was this your first one, right? Swim is first.
Swim is first.
Right,
so this
okay.
is
Early
40
on.
minutes. Yeah, this was 40 minutes into the activity.
Okay.
So I go down, and I'm swimming with a friend, and I'm like, bruh, you told me you wouldn't let me die. You got to come save me. So I hollered for him, and he came, and he ran out, or he was just a little bit before me, and he came back. Well, he's not very tall, and so then we were both drowning. And he was going under because the waves were coming and they were crushing us. And then these other guys were like, excuse me, do y'all need help? Should we call for help? I was like, no, we're not calling for help. I'm not.
So that has to be saved? You're disqualified?
Yeah, you can get help from other people, but if you get drug out, you're disqualified.
Gotcha.
If you get drug out by the rescue people. And they were rescuing people. They rescued 500 people. Or something crazy.
Holy.
Tons of people were getting rescued. And I was not kidding. Out of the ocean.
Is that first 30 minutes?
Wait, yes, for the first 30 minutes, people were getting rescued.
From
What'd you say, Jen?
Is that just people weren't prepared? It was too much of a swim for them?
No, it was really so what we didn't know was 3 days before this, someone died. What do they call it? Rip currents?
Yeah.
Drugged somebody and he went in to save his girlfriend, wife, whatever, and he came back dead.
They needed to cancel that race.
Well, that's apparently they have a race briefing you're supposed to go to, but since I'm on my second Ironman, I decided that's
you
a class
I didn't do that.
I didn't need to attend that class.
No.
Which don't worry, later on that becomes pertinent information.
All right.
So I come out, my friend swallows all sorts of water, and he was he looked like he was about to die. I was like, oh my God, what's going on? I take an extended time in transition. I have to go to the porta potty because I need to go pee-pee.
You're not going to pee yourself this time? You learned that tip last time.
That wasn't a tip I was willing to utilize this time. But I didn't want to go in with my bike shoes because they have those little cleats on them. And it's just weird. So I had to go into a porta potty in socks. I was holy.
How is that better than the shoes with cleats?
I would have threw them away. I would have never. Wait a minute. Why can't you go in there in your cleats?
Well,
it's not like there's turds on the floor.
You won't.
But she's worried stuff might get stuck to the cleats, but not her socks.
Okay, guys. Okay, I had just died. 7 minutes earlier, I was gasping for air.
But we're more focused on the pee socks.
I am totally shaming her. Hold on. Shame.
Okay. So then I get on the bike and I go, and it's fine. Every single picture of me, I'm eating my candy bar. So I've got to learn to not eat candy bars on the bicycle.
Mm-hmm.
So it's fine. I make a turnaround. I do learn that there's a lot of hills in Florida that I was not prepared for.
Really?
Apparently it's a mountain range.
It's very flat.
Yeah,
No,
the west part of Florida gets pretty hilly.
So I'm didn't prepare for this, but whatever, let's do it. And I mean, as y'all know, I talk a lot, I'm a little chatty. So there's a rule on the bike that you can't draft. So you can't be right beside someone. You can't be behind someone. There are all sorts of rules that I don't listen to rules. It's not my thing. So this guy passes me And he compliments my outfit, which, hello, that's like the best thing ever. That's why I'm doing this
That was the whole
thing.
reason you did it.
Yeah. And my outfit really makes it seem like I'm a lot cooler and laid back than like I am in real life. Like, it says the word gnarly. Like, I am not chill like gnarly. Gnarly indicates like a chill person, not a high-strung psycho. So he gets next to me, and we chat for like a second, and then I go to pass him again, and he starts having a conversation with me. And who am I to deny a conversation? I've been with my brain for 5 hours now. Like, it's crazy. So then the referee comes by, and she gives me, they have a referee. Didn't know they cared about the dumplings, but they do. So she flashes a card, which becomes really important because it's how long you have to stay in the penalty box.
What?
And I didn't, yes, a penalty box. I told everyone, they're like, we've literally never known anyone to get in the penalty box.
So what
You
is...
should watch hockey with me all along.
Well, so I go into the penalty box, and they're like, so what color card did you get? And I said, I don't know. They're like, well, they flashed it at you. You were supposed to look. And I was like, I don't know. I said, what's the maximum sentence? I'll do the maximum crime. Okay? So I'm in there for 5 minutes, and I'm talking to some Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm enjoying my time. And then the guy who caused my penalty comes by. And I'm like, excuse me, sir. Excuse me? Why aren't you in the penalty box? And he's like, oh, no, only one person. That person on the outside gets the penalty. So this dude was the reason I got a penalty, and he didn't even have to stay in jail.
Wait, what? I want to revisit this.
Okay.
What the heck are they giving out penalties for?
I'm not sure 100% what my penalty was for, but they have a penalty called drafting and another penalty called blocking.
Yeah.
So what we think my penalty for was for 30 seconds in a blocking penalty.
But what were you blocking?
Nothing. Apparently, there was plenty of space around me. You could have gone around if you wanted to
So
go by me.
was it because you were chatting?
Yeah, it's like they don't like you to ride next to each other. That's cheating.
How is that cheating, though? Like, drafting, you'd be behind them, right?
Guys, I'm a dumpling. I don't know these answers. So
All right. I won't ask too many questions about the penalties. So let's.
Okay, so I found it.
Okay.
You remain outside the draft zone except when passing. USAT, that must be like the high-end Ironman. You have 15 seconds to pass. Ironman, you have 25 seconds. And then the challenge family, you have 40 seconds.
Right. And
Or
so,
if
like,
you have to drop back. Penalties go between 1 and 12 minutes. That's
Yeah.
a lot.
right. So it is what it is. But I also was like trying to like stay hydrated but not drink too much water. So I had to pee too many times because I did use the restroom on the bike, not on the bike. Like I got off the bike and I found a porta potty. But it was just, ugh. So I get into the penalty box. I do my time. He did no time, which is not fair. Then I'm running, and it's like 198 million degrees. It is literally the surface of the sun. No shade.
No.
And so they're giving us ice, and this guy named Topher, because I talked to him too.
Oh, that name.
He's from Florida, Tallahassee. Okay. He's in medical sales or coding or something. he has a child.
All right.
He tells me, he's like, you need to put the ice down your pants because it's so hot. Like I guess there's an artery. It'll make you feel better.
What?
I said, sir, I don't think that's the case, but you know what? You look like you've done this before. Let's put some ice down there. I am cryogenically frozen.
I think you got perved on and you don't even know about it.
I think you were had.
Yeah.
No. Okay, so I put the ice down my pants.
Wait,
and then
did
I'm like,
you or did he say let me put the ice down? Because
I put the ice on my own pants, Cindy.
Did he watch?
I wasn't being sexual. later I got sexually harassed, but not at that point.
Okay, go ahead.
Topher's in medical sales, and he's a nice man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I go and I run to, like, they have aid station every, like, mile. So you get your treats, you get your ice, you call it a day. So I stick the ice down the first time, and I immediately sling it out. I'm like, oh, no, I'm not hot enough for that just yet. So about 4 or 5 more miles in, I'm like, you know what? I am hot enough for this. So I stick the ice down my pants again, and an ice cube enters me. And then an ice cube,
oh my God.
Then an ice cube enters the other section.
No. So you got the...
I got double
DP'd by ice.
I got double penetrated by ice cube.
Are we allowed to say that? I do. To abbreviate.
Oh, man.
Okay, so then... So
how does a piece of ice just shoot up your ass?
Wait, hold on. Is your husband upset about this? That he wasn't able to be a part of this?
So
I think there's some other suspicious activity. Like, ice doesn't just shoot up there.
Well, okay, so first of all, the ice cubes were like, they obviously weren't jagged pieces. They were just smooth round ones.
Well, thank the Lord for that.
All right, go ahead.
So the ice cube, they're inside of my body.
Right.
And I want them outside of my body.
This is how the cooling begins.
So my core is an icicle, and I am trying to shake these ice cubes out. My outfit is soaking wet, and it is so tight now. Like, I'm pulling the leg, trying to, like, shake it out.
People probably thought you had, like, a poop in your pants or something.
No. Then penalty guy comes up behind me, and he's like, something about keeping it civil. And then he's like, hey, why don't we go for a beer? And I was like, bitch, I will literally take this ice cube out of my vagina and stab you with it. So, yeah, this is no longer going to be able to use on your LPB, but that's okay.
Yeah.
So I finish up the race. You know, I am violated by ice cubes every time I see an ice cube, like, or every time they give us ice, I put it down my pants. I have to shake it all out, but I make it to the finish line in 7 hours and 7 minutes.
Yay!
Then we start doing shots of tequila. And
your day was full of bad decisions.
Yeah, so we started doing shots of tequila. I did wash my hair before all this because I had a knot that I thought I was going to have to go Miley Cyrus and just shave my head. Because I was like, there's no way. Like, I don't know how this is coming out. Like, it was terrible. But, yeah, we did a couple shots of tequila, lots of Fireball, beer, champagne, generally lots of... And then I only ate, like, a piece of pizza because, you know, I wasn't hungry by that point.
Mm-hmm.
But I survived. I was a little limpy.
Okay.
I'm very excited that you made it.
Yeah, now that you've completed one, are you going to do another one, or are you hanging up your Iron Man hat?
Oh, I don't know what I'm going to do. I think, at least for 2019, I'm hanging up my Iron Man hat. I don't know what 2020 will bring. We'll see.
All right.
So, that's okay. So, you're taking a long leave of absence. You're on a hiatus.
Right, well, just for the long ones. I'm doing a couple, they call them sprints.
Oh, okay. So what's that?
I think the one, it's like an 800-meter swim. So what is that like? I don't know.
I see. So it's the
half
same
a mile?
concept, but just short.
Yeah, it's like half a mile
You do
swim,
the whole
I guess.
triathlon thing.
Yeah, 12-mile bicycle ride and like
Okay.
a 3-mile run. Nothing. It's going to be small. So that's it.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
I feel like
we were super excited that there wasn't a shark because I know Cindy's going to Florida, but there was a great white shark that's lurking around there, Cindy, coming to eat you.
No, but the great